Ladies and gentlemen, as this magnificent 2025, the great year, comes to an end, I want to share a few lessons, most important lessons I've learned through this year, how they changed my life, and something I wish I knew sooner. So I want to share this with you so you don't do the same mistakes that I've done. Sorry for my English. So, for the mistakes that I've done. And I hope it will help you going further into 2026. You can just pause, and of course I'm gonna go all over each one of them, but these are the 8 most important things I've learned. Let's start. Time and mental capacity are your most precious resources. Of course, I heard it like billion times before from every millionaire, billionaire, successful person saying this. Prioritize your time over money. You can always get money back. You can't get time back. Blah blah blah, whatever. But when you're like 20 years old, you don't really gonna listen to this because you think you're gonna be young forever. And I still do think I'm gonna be young forever. I'm a very young person. Everyone who is 20, everyone who is 20 years old, never gonna listen to that advice given by a 50-year-old millionaire who says value your time over your money, because this 50-year-old millionaire, he has money, he has no time. For you right now, when you're old and poor, for you, money would be much more valuable with time, because you have no idea what the hell to do with your time, right? You probably won't do anything productive. You have nothing to do except like messaging girls on Tinder and going to bars, right? So the moment when I understood this is when I started working my current job, when you have to work like 60, 70 hours per week, mentally intensive job. And I realized, oh my God, like my time is so much more precious. Like I really don't care that much about money. I can spend money on things that will save my time and that will save my energy. And I don't think you will really, truly, deeply understand this, how your time is important, until you start working such a job where you have to spend a lot of time. So I would actually really recommend this now that I think about it. No, I would really recommend for people to go get a job where you work like 60, 70 hours, and try it for like at least a month, right? Just try it for 1 month, and then you can quit, and you will have this understanding of how much your time is valuable for you. Because now, even if I quit my job and I will get back to working like 35 hours per week or something like that, I will still value my time a lot. I think this lesson of valuing your time and mental energy is invaluable. It's absolutely invaluable, because I will have this belief for the rest of my life. So keep your mental capacity only for important decisions. Keep your time only for most important areas of your life. So of course, that's your job. That's your family if you have family. Okay, family is debatable. For your job, right? And for your most important goal, for your 2 most important goals, right? So what you really want to achieve. So please value your time and mental energy. Don't waste these resources. The fewer goals you have, the faster you'll actually achieve them. So please don't dilute yourself. Don't really dilute yourself. You can think, Cristiano Ronaldo, right? It's like the best soccer player there is, best in the world. But he's probably really bad at boxing, right? He probably really sucks at boxing. He's probably very bad rapper. He's probably really bad Formula One driver. What the hell am I talking right now? I mean, he's a soccer player. He doesn't have to be good at boxing. He doesn't have to be good at rapping. He definitely doesn't have to be good at Formula One driving. So why do you want to achieve like 5 different things at the same time? Just focus on one thing, man. There's only so much time and there's only so much energy you have. You know my story. I started working my current job. I still wanted to go to the gym. I wanted to do these two time and energy consuming things at the same time. How could I do this? By cutting out everything else that is unnecessary. I cut out my family, I cut out my friends, I cut out any of the social life, I've cut out any of the dating life, and I was successful, and I'm still am successful. And I'm very glad I did this. Of course, it's like, no, balance, it's imbalance, you can live like this forever. I'm not saying I will live like this forever. At some point I will have to get back to social life. I will have to get back to dating because I will want to build a family. At some point I will, but not now. So stop diluting yourself into different baskets. Focus on maximizing one thing, let's say like your strength. You get strength to 10, okay, go to the next one. Max it out. Then endurance, max it out. Then career, and just max out for everything. But it's impossible to do it at the same time, right? It's impossible to do it at the same time. Focus on improving one thing at a time, and you will achieve success much faster. Much faster. Dopamine is the most important hormone. It's not testosterone, as many people think. You know, after I increased my muscle mass, people ask, oh, what's your testosterone? Your testosterone must be really high. No, it's fucking average. It's average as fuck. It's like 560, 580. For the person who doesn't smoke, who's healthy, who doesn't drink, who eats healthy whole foods, who works out insanely hard, my testosterone should be probably like 800 at least. No, it's 580. And my friends have higher testosterone than me and they look worse than me. So it's really all about the dopamine. I mean, this book, I don't know where it is now, The Dopamine Nation, I recommend to read it so much to understand, to be more conscious, right? To be more aware of how your dopamine, how your pain, pleasure, reward system works. So whenever you get any anticipation of doing high stimulation activity, right, you're getting to the pleasure side. But all the time, if you are healthy, it will get back to the pain side, right? It will get back to the pain side, then it will balance out. But in the long run, your reward system will be fucked up. Your reward system will be fucked up, and this pleasure pain seesaw is not actually who you are. It's actually here. It's called I think it's called like limbic system, something like this. It's the amygdala. So it's the part of the brain that it's responsible for your emotions and for your reward system. So this part of our brain is telling you, watch that another Netflix series, scroll further on social media, eat the chocolate, eat the pizza, message that girl on Tinder. That's the part of our brain that is telling all this bullshit, but that's not you. You, who you think you are, your consciousness, your personality, your ambitions, your goals, your character is actually right here, called prefrontal cortex. So this part of the brain is telling your actual self to do all of the bad habits, and you think that is you. You think that is your thought. You think that is what you actually want. But no, it's that part of your brain. So you have to be aware of this, because these bad thoughts are at the same part. They are part of you, and they are not the part of you at the same time. So that's how you have to think about it. And always think about it, because small things, they lead to big things, right? It's this downward spiral. Whenever you start with like one small donut, and at the end it leads to like cocaine, right? Or actually meth. Meth increases your baseline dopamine probably the most by like 10 times. So be aware of this. Managing dopamine is like the most important thing you can do. Ask yourself, do I need it or do I want it before buying anything? And 99% of the time, it's really that you just want to buy it. So I only spend my money on absolute necessities. So it's whole foods, supplements like protein, creatine, nothing really else. I mean, I have vitamin D, but that's it. Rent, utilities, gas. These are like absolute basics. And now additional things, just because I value my time and energy so much, it's products or services that save you time. So it's mostly actually food delivery, but it's grocery delivery. It's not like I'm buying things from the restaurant. It's this, and it's improving your skills. So in whatever area you want to improve your skills, it's your personal career, it's finances, it's maybe how you talk to people, maybe your sales, maybe your, I don't know, really anything that you think will improve your life and make you more money. Spend money on improving your skills. Start now, start messy and unprepared, because everyone is waiting, for this perfect moment to start something. Everyone is waiting for the perfect moment to start going to the gym, for perfect moment to quit alcohol, for perfect moment to start that business, to ask that girl out. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm still kind of struggling with this, but it was way, way worse like half a year ago. It was way worse half a year ago. Now and I'm much more comfortable, how have much more courage to just start doing what I want without worrying of starting it perfectly. Just start and you actually pick it up as you go. You'll just pick it up as you go. I remember, I think it was 3 months ago. I saw one girl in the gym and I wanted to, talk to her, get her number. And I was procrastinating it for maybe like 3 weeks. I think maybe even 4 weeks, right? 4 weeks, because every time I was waiting for the perfect moment. I had to make sure, I have my fragrance on. I had to make sure I'm pumped. I had to make sure I'm in a good mood. I had to make sure like she's in a place where there's few people. I had to make sure like she's and this and that, and like oh my god, like I'm being such a pussy right now. I'm being such a pussy. Of course, the perfect moment never came in, so I just took my balls and I just went then. I just went there. I just went and I just started talking to her. It was great, actually. So don't wait for any special moment. Please just start now. Everyone is afraid of looking like fool in front of people, like you look like you don't know what you're doing. Please just start. Start messy, start unprepared, or you will actually never start, because you heard it like bazillion times. There's never a perfect moment to start. Like just start now. Yeah, it's easy to be said, but it's not that easy to do. To my advice, just start with small things, right? Start with small things. Don't be afraid to actually be a little bit impulsive. A bit of impulsivity actually helps you, because it helps you to get into that habit of not overthinking too much and just starting. So don't be afraid to be a little bit impulsive. Let go of the past. So what does it mean specifically, and what does it mean specifically for me? Just when I started working, I'm gonna say that story a billion times. Started working my current job. I always had this idea of on weekends, going back to my village where my grandparents live. Because where my grandparents live in the village, my parents have built a nice house across the nature, where you can just really relax very well. And I have, very like good memories about that place, like very romantic memories, not in terms of like inviting girls there, but in the context of being, detached from technologies, being detached from the big city life, just being in the nature, cooking food in the grill, getting along with my uncles. I have two uncles there, getting along with my grandparents, because I was spending there quite a lot of time, especially on summers, right? Summers there are absolutely amazing. I was spending there a lot of time during school, right? When I was going to school, when I finished school, was spending a lot of time there when I was in university. and I just had all these like nice memories about this place. I always wanted to get back there, but this place has changed, and I have changed too. And I was still, in last 6 months going there, going to the village to get back to these memories of how it's nice to spend summer there, of how it's nice to like communicate with my uncles who are like kind of retards, kind of alcoholics, but they're still my uncles. I like them. I like being degenerate with them until I didn't, right? Until I realized I outgrew that place too much. I can't spend any more time with there, even with my uncles who are like absolute retards. I can't spend time with my grandparents there because we're just way too different people. We just have way too different mindsets. Like our paths don't cross together. Like I just can't. I feel like I'm being downgraded there. I just can't do that anymore. As painful as it was, I just had to admit this. I can't go there because I'm losing all of my losing all of my motivation. I'm losing all of my discipline. I'm just being retarded. I start eating some junk food. I started scrolling on social media. It's just not going well for me. And my grandparents and uncles, like they don't really have a good influence on me anymore. I'm not having fun there. I just see that these people are actually not that cool. Because previously I thought like my uncles are so cool, my grandfather is so cool. Now I see they're kind of retards, honestly, and our paths just don't cross together. As like I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm trying to be honest. Our paths don't cross, and it was quite difficult for me. But I'm really glad I did this, and I don't have this pull anymore to go there to my village every weekend. But instead I'm focusing on myself. I'm going to the gym, I'm recording more YouTube videos, I'm reading more books, I'm educating myself more on everything that I like, and it doesn't mess up my whole routine. I'm very glad I did this. So this is what it means: let go of the past. Let go of these past ideas of where you want to be, who you want to be, who you want to be with. And I'm very glad I did this. Take more frequent and short vacations. Right? It's for people who are already enslaved in the modern world. So I think when was it, like 3 months ago, I took a vacation for the whole week to go to Spain. So this was me one day before the vacation. This was me during the whole vacation. Fucking massive. This was me the first day when I got back to work. Because really, the whole week is definitely too much. So I already landed in Spain in Saturday. My flight was like 5 a.m. Already landed on Saturday. On Saturday I did so many things. On Sunday I've done so many things. On Monday I was already kind of okay. What do I do next? Because I was in Valencia, and my friend told me that Valencia is like a city for old people, and I absolutely agree. I mean, it's a nice city, but there's not really much to do. And already on Monday, I was out of plans what to do because I've already done everything I wanted. I visited every place I wanted. I was like, what to do next? Like I have nothing to do, so I was just even when I was in Spain on a vacation, I would actually scroll on social media. I would watch YouTube. I would watch TV shows because I was already bored. I had nothing to do. And I think already by Tuesday already, I want to get back home. Like I just want to get back to work. I just want to get back home, go back to the gym. I already have to catch up on some office stuff. It just sucked. Whereas 2 weeks ago, I took a time off for 2 days. That was me one day before. That was me during the off days. I was at home, right? I didn't left my country. I didn't left my city, and it might be quite difficult to see that, but I was actually happy. I was actually here more happy than here. And I don't smile very often. You see this. And that was me getting back to work after 2 days off. I was so happy. Honestly, these 4 days, so Saturday, Sunday, of course, you don't work. Monday, Tuesday that I took off, these 4 days were the happiest I've ever been. The happy, really, I was so happy. I was so like in peace with myself. These 2 days off are the best thing. I think you should take like 2 days off, so Monday and Tuesday off. Like take it off every month, right? That will be only like what, 24 days off in a year. I think if you're living in a normal country, you can have like 30 paid days off easily. So that's it.